What's up, guys? King Crisis here. Welcome to the channel. If you guys new to the channel, please like, subscribe. Welcome to my Kols Distain analysis video. It's been a minute since I last did an analysis video, and my first analysis video covered Finn Mikaelson. But I did cover a bit about Kols in that video, and to be honest, that video was primarily focused around Finn. And in that video, I called Kols a hypocrite several times. But I am not calling Kols' character a hypocrite. I only refer to Kols as being a hypocrite given the way he treated Finn. Kols is not a straight up hypocrite. Only his treatment towards Finn was hypocritical in my opinion for pretty obvious reasons in my opinion. If you think it isn't an obvious reason, then you're just stupid. Say what I said the truth, I don't give a fuck. Anyways, with that being said, Kols Mikaelson is the second, technically the third youngest Mikaelson. He is the elder brother of Rebecca and the older brother of Henrik Mikaelson. Kols is the younger brother of Klaus, Elijah, Finn, and Freya Mikaelson. Kols, Finn, and Freya. Finn and Freya are the two eldest siblings, while Kols is the second youngest male. These three were left out of the bond of always and forever, which was made by Klaus, Rebecca, and Elijah.
We stick together as one. Always and forever.
The difference in between Kols and all the other Mikaelsons is always and forever was something that Kols always wanted to be a part of. Kols always felt left out of. Klaus and Rebecca, hell, Elijah as well, constantly ignored Kols. They ignored Kols. They went away from Kols. Basically, their entire lives as vampires upwards until when Kols died, they damn nearly had no care for Kols. They ignored Kols. They avoided Kols. And this made Kols act out. This made Kols become the Kols that we know and love to this day. He became a crash out. And Kols decided that he was going to do almost anything for his siblings to see him. Kols went on rampages. And Kols was considered to be the wildest of the Mikaelsons. And that even includes the likes of Klaus. Klaus, the same man who wiped out entire villages, the same man who burned down someone's home, killed their mom, made them kill their family because they coughed. The same man that tore apart families just because he felt like it. The same man that manipulated Catherine into thinking he was chasing her for 500 years when he really ain't give a fuck and was more concerned about running for his own life. Kols was considered to be worse than this man. And everybody got to think about the fact that Kols was considered to be worse. And on several times when we seen Kols appear, Klaus always seemed intimidated. Klaus always seemed afraid of Kols. People can say that he didn't because we've seen Klaus fight Kols and Klaus did in fact defeat Kols. But we cannot forget how Klaus was acting when Kols was first being introduced to the story. That nigga was shaking in his boots. Bro was scared for his life. On several occasions, he made it very clear that, bro, Kols was that guy. And Kols was going to stand 100 toes on business. And he did.
Long time, brother.
Don't make me do this to you again, Elijah!
Come on. Use it. I dare you. You'll have Kols to deal with.
We can't ignore the fact, and I know I'm kind of getting off track, but we can't ignore the fact that Kols Mikaelson used to be a witch. Kols Mikaelson was one of the few Mikaelsons other than Esther and Freya, and technically Finn, who had an affinity for magic. But when I say technically on the Finn part, Finn never tapped into his magic in his own body. And we're not counting Rebecca as well, so technically Finn and Rebecca, because they also could perform magic, but they couldn't perform it in their own bodies because they didn't tap into it in their own bodies. In my opinion, Extremely stupid. If you are a family full of witches minus Klaus, I don't give a damn what nobody say. I'm tapping into that magic. I'm Incendia, Motus, this, that, and all the others, because why would I turn down magic? Why would I turn down superpowers? I don't think that's really a good idea. But hey, they do however it is they want to do, and that's decided they did they want to do. Can't really blame them on that. Yes, I can. They were dumb. They were dumb. I might just make this a whole separate channel. Not gonna lie, cause like not my usual content for the channel. Anyways, Cole was a witch, and witches have a strong connection to nature, so we have to take into account how being a witch and then becoming a vampire must have made Cole feel. Cole loved his magic. Cole was the only mikaelson to always practice magic because he enjoyed his magic. And Cole became a vampire and that was stripped away from him. And nature viewed vampires as an abomination. And you have to think about that. As a witch, your main purpose was serving nature, was loving nature, was caring for nature. And it viewed him as an abomination. That, I feel like that's part of the reason as to why Cole was a little bit more crazy on top of the being completely ignored thing. Cole was ignored so much by his siblings to the point where they cared for Marcel more than they cared for Cole. And I love Marcel. Marcel, top 10 Vampire Diaries characters. Love the character. Love everything about Marcel. Marcel is my dog. That is the GOAT. But I have to admit, they shouldn't have cared for Marcel more than they cared for Cole. But at the same time, Cole did start acting out whenever Marcel got introduced. Now, trust me, I'm going to cover Marcel and Rebecca. Trust me, I'm going to cover that soon. Nasty motherfuckers. Anyways, Cole hated Marcel. So much so to the point that when Marcel was a young child, this man, Cole, performed a bloody opera and made Marcel watch.
Mr. Cole, I don't like this.
Don't be absurd. Shakespeare should be experienced in the flesh. In truth, these aren't the finest actors, but we are in the colonies. Yeah. Where were we?
Then venom to thy work. Exchange forgiveness with me, noble harlot.
No! How many times must I tell you? It's Hamlet, not harlot. Sometimes I don't know why I bother.
What have you done?
I was just introducing Marcellus to the theater. I thought you'd be pleased.
Is there no limit to your vile imagination, brother?
If the lad is going to be a vampire, he'll have to learn somehow, won't he? Come. I've already fed him my blood. All you have to do is snuff him, and voila. One of us. I mean, that's what you want. Isn't it?
Let him go, Elijah.
Thank you, Nick. At least someone knows the meaning of family.
I told you before. Marcellus is family.
And for that, Klaus daggered Cole for the remainder of Marcel's life until Marcel was 200 years old. Now, for all we know, that is the second longest a mikaelson has been daggered. Obviously, the first being Finn, who was daggered for 900 years, which I will forever defend Finn's crash out, even though he really didn't crash out enough. Because trying to kill them wouldn't have been my method. No. I would have made them suffer. But hey, he does how he want to do it, and that's on him, because I know me. Baby, I know me. Hey, I know he got a little theory about Finn, but I'll get to that later. Not in this video, of course. Make a separate video on that. Anyways, though, back to what I was saying. Yeah, Cole felt like he was ignored, and he was daggered for 200 years. You want to know what happens when Cole wakes up? When Cole wakes up, he proceeds to scare the shit out of Klaus with his pure presence alone. The fuck? Finn proceeds to stab Klaus, blah, blah, blah. The Mikaelson reunion, all that good little shit ends up happening. But the biggest factor when it comes down to all of this is the fact that when he wakes up, the first thing that starts happening, his mother and his eldest brother, are trying to kill them. Okay? Immediately. They're trying to kill them. Then they get unlinked and his eldest brother dies. No one gives a fuck. No one. Aside from Rebecca, who's the only person who showed genuine care when Finn first died. She showed that she gave a fuck. But Klaus ain't giving that one fuck. He says cheers to a man who lived his life in a box. But Cole didn't care. Cole was not the Mikaelson who cared. It was straight up, we only seen Rebecca show that she actually gave a fuck. I don't think Elijah was anywhere around when it happened, but only Rebecca showed that she cared. Anyways, after this, Cole begins to apparently do research on Silas during this time. And Cole ends up finding out that Silas is 100% real. And Cole being the only person in the entire show to realize that this man is real, that this man is a legitimate problem, instead of his siblings listening to Cole, who just so happens to be the best when it comes to magic, has one of the highest IQ out of all the Mikaelsons, and is the smartest Mikaelson, instead of them listening to Cole, they just assumed Cole was going crazy, which leads to his death by the hands of Jeremy Gilbert. Second note, the plot armor in the Vampire Diaries was some of the biggest bullshit I've ever seen in my life. Because you mean to tell me that Finn, although he was in the box for 900 years and probably hadn't fought in 900 years, you mean to tell me he couldn't fight some vampires that were only 100? No, 2 humans and 1 vampire. Look, Stefan is only 100-something years old. Finn is over 1,000. And despite what many people think, being daggered does not affect your strength as an original. You will still grow in strength and you will still grow in speed because that's how naturally vampires work. So this man was still probably had the potential, not even probably, has the potential to be the second strongest base, regular, plain old regular, not including Klaus, original vampire. And I said second because Michael. I hate when people say Michael's enhanced. He's not fucking enhanced. He's not. He's a regular vampire. He's a regular original vampire. I hate people saying he's enhanced. He's not. There are only 3 enhanced originals. Alaric, Marcel, Lucien. That's it. But yeah, he would have been the second base original vampire with the most strength if they actually utilized him correctly. Hell, I think that all the original vampires should be equivalent to each other in power. Because let's just keep it real. They're only 3 to 4 year difference. A 100-year-old vampire, Ben Stefan Salvatore, snapped his neck. This is Cole, by the way. And Cole was killed by a fucking new hunter and Elena fucking Gilbert. But Julian was able to whoop Stefan and Damien's ass. We're able to whoop Stefan and Damon's ass, bro. Like it was nothing. Like it was nothing. And he did that shit with no effort. Constantly. And yet Cole couldn't and Finn couldn't. Vampire is 500 years older than Julian. Anyone know something? When Cole died, Rebecca grieved for a day. I don't even think Klaus crashed out. Klaus crashed out. And Rebecca grieved for a day. Other than that, they did not really.
Oh my god. Cole.
Greetings from the dead. So, who fancies a drink?
I thought I'd never see you again.
Spare me the waterworks, sister. I've already watched you grieve. Lasted a full 24 hours, remember?
I'm assuming this means Bonnie dropped the veil.
Not completely, and not for long. But who am I to give up an opportunity for revenge? My killer's already dead, but his sister's just as culpable.
grieve. They just moved on to New Orleans. At times they would speak about Cole, but that was it. It wasn't no, my brother Cole, how I missed you, how I care for you, how I long for you. No, nah, they didn't do that. They just simply moved on, slid on out the door, and went about their day. Instead of them actually taking the time and energy to actually focus or think about Cole, they just left, ignored him. So when Cole came back to life, he came back to life underneath Esther and Finn. They brought Cole back to life. When I say they, mostly Esther, entirely Esther. She brought Cole back to life. And Cole came back to life in the body of Caleb. He was a witch again. He had his magic again. And Cole went as far as doing almost everything Esther said until it came down to Davina. Cole fell in love with Davina, blah, blah, blah. Y'all already know how that goes. And eventually, Cole decides he's going to side with his siblings again. Until he was killed by Finn, which is the only action Finn has ever done aside from Hope that I just cannot defend. I can't. I'll admit that I can't defend that. Finn killed Cole. He put a spell on him that literally killed him, which is the only reason why post killing him, Cole has a reason for hating Finn. Not only did Finn attempt to kill them twice, he had successfully killed Cole. His hatred for them is the most valid shit on the face of the planet. Because after all that, the entire series goes on, they still barely show that much care for him. And he goes as far as sacrificing himself and placing part of the hollow inside of himself for Hope, Klaus's daughter. And in the end, the only mikaelson that we see Cole truly be loved by is Davina. Hope. Davina and Hope. I mean, sure, Klaus loves him. He made it very clear that he loves him. He's his brother, but not in the way of always and forever. They haven't shown a true gratitude nor true care for Cole. And it's always been that way. Mind you, I myself don't even like Cole's character. I really don't. Because, like I said, really, I don't like most of the mikaelsons in my opinion. Most of them are just understandable assholes because, you know, you're over 1,000 years old. I mean, I feel like after living that damn long, most people are going to be some bitch ass niggas. But anyways, this is basically all I can really say about Cole's character. You know, we see it all the time. We see how Cole characters develops, and we see how Cole literally has a strong disdain for even the mikaelsons themselves. But that being said, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. And I will likely post this somewhere else, you know, get some better uploads, you know, get something new going on. I might post this on the main channel and then post this on the side channel. And if that side channel gets the same amount of views as the main channel, y'all already know what I'm finna do. That's gonna become like a secondary channel. And unlike, you know, my other one, stick to that one because I actually enjoy Vampire Diaries, Teen Wolf, Supernaturals, things of that sort. Pretty much any real good supernatural show, I'm gonna watch it, even though we haven't got one in forever. But I'm gonna rewatch Wolfpack because W show for real. Anyways, that being said, I'm out, guys.